I think nerves and apprehension come from your own insecurities, your own fears. How you're going to handle the day. Are you going to be able to handle the pain? Are you going to be able to, deal with what Ironman brings to you on that day? And I know what I learnt last year was, if it comes to a sufferfest, geez, I can win that one hands down. I'm prepared. I can suffer really, really well, which is a big plus. I think that's maturity. I think the older guys, they're in a different place. When you're younger, you panic a little bit more. When you suffer, you start to shut down. You think things aren't going right. As you get older, you're able to regroup a little bit more and put things in perspective a lot quicker and lock down and focus a lot more. And that's just basic race experience. And yeah, I'm in a good place when it comes to that. I actually enjoy the suffering.
Is there another guy in the race that is as able to suffer as you are?
I think Craig Alexander's a guy who can suffer well. Just knowing where he came from, he's been in the sport 16, 17 years, but it's only been in the last 4 years, 5 years, 4.5 years that he's really shone. So he's a late bloomer, but he has the experience. People are touting, this new Craig Alexander, he's a new guy. He's absolutely, he's older than me.
Yeah.
But where his advantage is now, he's found that he's got the experience and he's got the ability to suffer. So he's a big asset, a guy who can suffer. I think the guys who have been here a few times know what they're in for. You can't. There's a term they use in boxing is you don't ever underestimate a former champion. They've got a knockout punch, and that's the same in our sport. You don't underestimate the guys who have suffered here, who know what to expect, who know how this race unfolds, who know that this day is a long one and anything can change on the Queen K. And so guys who have raced here, Ronnie, Norman and Farris, you may laugh, but they could do anything. Marino Voanaka, those type of guys. The Timo Brucht. Everyone's telling Andreas Raylert, Rasmus Henning. Yeah, they've been here twice. And they definitely have the horsepower to do it. They're definitely athletically capable. But it takes balls to step up and do it. And they're going to ask themselves the question whether the pressure of a nation like Andreas Raylert in Germany's eyes has already run this race.
Yeah, exactly.
I just did interviews with the German press and they're like, can anybody beat this guy? Well, he's going to be feeling that pressure out there if he's coming in third place, in second place.
Turn around.
You have to.
We were told you have to turn around.
Oh, really?
The chef said you have to turn around.
I'm relaxed now. I'm good.
You good?
I suppose, yeah.
I said, we stressing.
No, I'm not stressed at all.
He's not stressed.
He's not stressed.
This is not a stressed body.
Because I think, isn't it like this? The more relaxed you are, and the more you can push this race mode ahead of you, that you are stronger to suffer, that it gives you more power to...
I hope so. That's how I tend to think. I always think to myself, it's like, preparing yourself for a battle, a war. You lay low, you look after yourself, you try and calm your mind and calm your body, because Saturday's horrific. It's 8 hours, but it goes so quick in your head. Sometimes it's moving so fast, you try and slow it down, because at the moment when that pain hits and you're uncomfortable and you're suffering, your mind's going a million miles an hour. So I always like to, when you're tired, you don't think very well, if you haven't slept a lot, you're scattered. I always try and make sure that come race day I'm rested. I've given my body that break, so it's ready to go to the well and take more water out. It's prepared to respond. It's like, okay, you looked after me, I'll look after you this time. We're even. That type of mindset. Yeah.
You've done a lot to look after it.
Yeah, I've done a lot to look after it.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
You cut your hair this time, or you leave it like this?
I think I'll leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's keeping you cooler.
So do I. I think it might hold a bit more water. And, yeah, it's
It looks good.
like a tennis ball.
Like a tennis ball. Yeah,
I can
because your
think
head
of
became so
Federer
small.
when I'm out there.
Yeah.
No, you always look for little signs. Funny, in the days before, you're looking for, not that I'm superstitious by any means,
Yeah.
but you're always looking for personal reinforcement. You know, like, okay, that's good. Oh, the muscles feel great. That's a positive. You know, that's a tick.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
tick.
yeah,
You know, oh, I didn't have to do my bike. That was easy. That's a tick. You know, all these things that are.
Yeah, if you are in the flow, if you can.
Yeah, if it's
stay
going in the
there.
flow and everything's working well, and you know, and you're always looking for little. Oh wow, that happened. That's a sign. So it's and this time around, I've had all these little things that have been
Very positive.
pretty positive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's good. It's good.
I'm
Yeah.
also very happy to see that.
Yeah.
It's really so smooth this year
Yeah.
compared to the months before where we had all these
Yeah.
things.
But it's funny. I remember saying if I won, I wouldn't come back.
Yeah.
I'd like to do other things. You always tend to come back, but I've said it a few times. I think I wouldn't mind having a year here in a different capacity,
Yeah.
you know, and focusing on some other key events, some other races I've always wanted to do that I always give up because of this race, you know, and next year they got Clearwater in Las Vegas, or the 70.
Clearwater in Las Vegas, exactly.
The 70.3 Worlds are now moved to Las Vegas, so that's a September race. That's interesting, and that'll be good. There's
Gives you more space.
yeah, so I'll enjoy this year. I think I'll enjoy it.